Now that we've reached the third episode of Tequila and Bonetti, you should be well aware of the kind of ride that you're on. And it's the greatest theme park ride of a show in existence. But does that mean that there won't be any surprises along the way? Will anyone ever understand Tequila? Will we find out if Tequila thinks that people can understand him? These questions will indeed be answered. But probably not in this episode. Previously, we've seen that while Tequila and Bonetti may be a talking dog cop show, it is at the end of the day a cop show. So we have cases involving a murder cover-up and a serial rapist. What kind of dark alleyway plot line do we get in episode 3, The Rose Cadillac?
Yo, B, you leave me, man, or what? Come back, man. I didn't mean what I said about New York. Yo, B. That ain't B.
That's right, Bonetti's car gets stolen. The murderers and rapists have taken a week off. We need a much lighter case this week, so much so that this episode opens with Tequila and Bonetti busting a hustling magician. Who gives a shit about the magician? There's a talking dog there. And if you're just now tuning into Tequila and Bonetti, you may not think it's the dog talking. You might be thinking that it's the voice of God.
It's great. No, I don't need cuffs.
Watch it, B. Don't get cocky now.
South Coast Police.
You can't do this. Willie is an artiste.
Don't look at Wanda, watch Willie. There you go.
But if it were the real voice of God, it would tell you to keep watching Tequila and Bonetti. While there is a chase scene with the magician, it is Bonetti's fault for letting him get in the box in the first place after he's already proved he can get out of chains and handcuffs. Though without the chase, it wouldn't lead to Tequila's end of opening scene line.
Let's see you wiggle now, Willie.
And then, dead kid. I don't know why the people thought the magician was so interesting in the first place. Between the jugglers and the street hustlers, it seems like the kind of thing you'd see on every street corner here. Bonetti is serving a summons to a psychic, but there's only one thing he wants everyone to know. His name is Detective John Kimball, and he loves his car. So who does he put in charge of watching it?
I'm going inside to serve the papers. You stay in the car and guard it. I'm leaving you in charge.
Man, you killed me.
See, this is the second mistake he's made in the episode. He put Tequila in charge of watching the car when there's fresh poodles nearby.
Word to the mother. Ooh, I love it when they paint their claws. Oh, man.
It's not hard to spot who the car thief is gonna be. He's the only one standing around not looking like he's posing for the town's postcard. Oh man, thank God there's not a talking dog in the car. Guess I'll steal this Rose Cadillac, much like the title suggests. I'll hand it to this episode. It's the first one with a title that lets you know which episode it is. The pilot was called Street Dogs, which could be the name of any of the episodes, and the second was Teach Your Children. I think that's referring to Garcia telling her daughter that she's a cop, although that means the episode should be called Tell Your Children, unless she was teaching her not to go off with crazy preachers who rape people in parking lots, though that lesson should be a given. Too bad the car thief showed up. I wanted to see what this dog's owner would have done if Tequila just started fucking their dog.
Where's my car? Where's my car?
The more episodes I see, the more I feel that this dog is one of the greatest actors of the 90s. He should have won an Oscar, which he kind of does win in a later episode. The second episode had a couple of shots that didn't quite match up with what the dog was saying, but by episode 3, they perfectly know how to direct this dog.
Where's my car? You!
Chill, B. See, this big butt poodle caught my eye and, you know.
Tequila looks genuinely upset by this, and it even continues to the police station, where again, I have no problem believing that these are the dog's actual thoughts.
My partner. I've seen it all. Ever vigilant partner.
You forgot handsome.
Though in reality, the dog could be thinking, why is Nicholas Pierce from Dallas yelling at me? Here we get an even closer insight on Tequila's problem.
The car was locked, right?
No, I was being guarded by one of South Coast's finest, him.
Oh, B, you know how I am about poodles, man.
He has a sex addiction. Bonetti should have known not to leave the car near poodles. Of course Tequila was gonna fuck him. Not that Terry Funk's Sergeant Nuzzo is any help either.
Well, gee, visiting detective, I'll put all this in the system.
You said the system was down, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Does he even know that he's in a show? That's a reaction you give when someone tells you that you are a real sergeant and to just react to whatever anyone tells you. Needless to say, no one is going to help Bonetti get his car back.
Yep, a car gets ripped off every 3 minutes.
Oh, quit sweating it.
See, out here, car theft is like a science, an art form.
Probably because you're all laughing every time a car gets stolen. The only one who seems to care is the talking dog. Bonetti is given a loaner car, which appears to be Uncle Buck's car. It makes sense, the magician at the beginning was Pal from Uncle Buck. This is the perfect opportunity, though, for this to be the third episode in a row where a car does something to Tequila. Well, at least he didn't get run over this time, though he's pushing his luck by laying underneath it. This car is such a roachmobile that it even plays La Cucaracha.
Off my coat. Where's yours, please?
No, but they came with the ride.
Bonetti asks around about his car, but Tequila, of course, finds the first clue, the thief's cigar. Normally, I'd think, well, I'm sure other people smoke cigars like that too, but probably not in this area. Though this is mostly a setup for it to look like Tequila is smoking a cigar.
Check it out, B. Look what I got, man. Look.
We turn your partner into a dog?
No, he was born like that.
B, it's a clue.
There's something about jive-togging, tequila, and a cigar that just makes sense. Even if Bonetti still has no clue what's going on.
I'm laying it right out for you.
Hey, what's your problem? What you trying to do, drive me crazy?
I'm trying to get your car back.
I'm just gonna throw this out there, since it's obvious that Tequila can understand English and he can also read, maybe he should replace that cigar in his mouth with a pen and write things out to Bonetti. Or patronizing him works too.
This is a clue. A clue, B.
You trying to tell me something?
Yeah, B, a clue. Clue, B, clue. Clue.
Yeah, fuck writing things out. That would be far too easy, and we still got 47 minutes of an episode to fill.
That's all right, B. I'll find your car, because now I got a permanent lock on that smell.
That is, if poodles and burritos don't get in the way.
Man, that thing is worse than I am after 3 burritos. Woof.
See, he's already forgotten about the cigar. Now he's just thinking about farts. Now Bonetti is checking some local car dealerships.
She is a real beauty. Max Moravsky.
Nico Bonetti.
Hi.
Evil. Beard, dresses like a Miami Vice snitch. Evil, 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 evil. And of course, Tequila is the first to figure that out.
Hold on, let me, what's gotten into you?
Clues, man. I'm trying to show you clues.
That dog caught the parking lot rapist and the rich dishes murderer. You should always listen to what Tequila says.
B, sometimes this is the only thing you understand.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't be pissing on evidence, but far less people in this town are being raped and murdered because of this dog. Or just make friends with the obvious evil car dealer.
Max, you're a prince.
Yeah, Prince John. That guy, totally evil.
You ripped off a cop.
That makes it more interesting, doesn't it?
Well, holy shit, I wasn't expecting him to be evil. And there's another cigar for Tequila to smoke later. Tequila tries making it up to Bonetti by giving him some flowers, Tequila style.
And these flowers. Where did you get these flowers from?
I picked them just for you.
Well, the point is he tried, even though he stole them from, I'm having trouble remembering this character's name. I remember they called him Godzilla Breath in the previous episode, but I'm not calling him that. Okay, it's Mr. Kajimoto. Bonetti is so pissed about Tequila getting the car stolen and pissing on things that he actually tries to break up with him. And as Captain Knight points out, they work great as a team, which they do. Tequila finds the bad guys with his superhero nose, and Bonetti shoots them. But Bonetti tries to tell Captain Knight just how important the car is to him.
You know, I had my first real kiss in that car.
And then Tequila farted burrito gas in it. At this point in the series, we know that Captain Knight is a wannabe screenwriter, and that's kinda his main shtick for a little while. So of course, he goes looking for his missing trade papers, but here it makes sense for that plot point, because without that, Tequila wouldn't have found it, which contains another clue. Another clue that Tequila pissed on. I would say that Tequila could just hand it to him with his mouth, but pissing on it actually seems to work this time.
Bonetti, it means that they're starting to shoot a 1950s-style horror movie today.
So what?
So where there are period movies, there are period cars.
Let's get a peek at this 50s-style horror movie, shall we?
Thank God you had this raft in your suitcase when the ship went down.
Well, you know my motto. Be prepared.
Frankie, I sense danger!
Okay, so this movie seems to star Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello, with the Halloween theme playing, and Leatherface is the villain. Tonally, this movie seems all over the place, but I gotta see it. But Tequila and Bonetti is the last place to get pissed off about tone. Just let it happen. Our heroes do find the car, but they're stopped by a security officer, and now the fun and games are definitely over.
Okay, B. Now we get serious.
Damn right. Now he'll only piss on half of the evidence.
Homeboy and I will be back in your face after a few moments.
Now that we're back from a commercial, do we get back to Tequila and Bonetti, or that fake horror movie they were making? Damn, this is a very bloody 50s horror movie. When Captain Knight shows up, we at least get to know a little more about the director's filmography.
Yeah, Lou Padrino. Lou Padrino, Thanksgiving Part 4, right? Yeah.
Thanksgiving Part 4? I didn't even know they made one full-length Thanksgiving movie yet.
The dog destroys a makeup table.
Just doing my
My hair
job.
guy's in the hospital with heart palpitations. My male star's got a bruise on his forehead.
Matched
besides
his
the doggy
eyes.
paws. But Fuss,
Wait, did Bonetti just understand him? He reacted as if he just understood what Tequila said. That small bit of laughter is throwing off my entire understanding of this universe. Bonetti has picked up that the logo on the truck matched the evil Max car dealership.
Max Moravsky is the finest high-ticket dealer in the city. His reputation is unblemished.
That just makes him sound more evil. This guy is so evil that he keeps stepping over Tequila's lines.
It's never been better, eh?
Well, when B and I get done, you'll be out of business. Permanently.
Hey, I got a little...
Once again, Tequila finds yet another clue, which Bonetti ignores, but you know it's gotta be a big clue when Tequila is still brave enough to get underneath the car. I'm telling you, if he can't write it out, then maybe he could just type, or watch Bonetti be sad.
I think I better hide his gun tonight.
Oh, please tell me he replaces Bonetti's gun with a burrito. Although Bonetti's night appears to be having an upswing.
You know that date you've been hounding me for?
Yeah.
Ooh, just how lucky is lucky.
Don't tease me, Garcia.
You want it, you got it. Dinner, music, I'm yours for the night.
I would provide a reaction, but nothing ever tops Tequila's reactions.
Nah, I don't think so.
What?
Garcia gets pissed when Bonetti turns her down, which in his defense, he is in a shit mood from having a really shit day, and I for one would want to be on my A game with Officer Garcia, but Tequila puts it a different way.
You ain't got no car. You ain't got no girl. You ain't got no brains.
Good thing he can't hear you kick him when he's already down, Tequila. What we're about to see next is actually a trademark for the show, and that's the Bonetti piano solos that pop up throughout a majority of the episodes. In episode 1, it was a sequence with him and his ex-wife, and in episode 2, it was played through the ending credits. And even if it does happen in the middle of the episode, it'll still happen in the credits. The interesting twist here is that it's there to provide extremely random cutaways to the show's side characters, showing what they happen to be doing in this given moment. In this case, Midian Knight is with a random girl, a gun, and his screenplay. The psychic lady is putting a voodoo curse on the cigar. Garcia is having a fun with a girl who is not her daughter from the previous episode. Mr. Kajimoto is in drag. And the one thing that most of these scenes have in common is that they all end with dead kid. which in this case also ends with concerned tequila and saxophone. The piano solo trademark is one of the most random things I've seen in a television series. I can't say that I was wondering what these characters were doing during scenes otherwise not involving them, but I feel happy that the show provided me with those glimpses anyway. They're answering questions that no one asked, but I'm not opposed to the answers. I suppose flashing back to the dead kid put Bonetti in the mood to schedule that date with Garcia, or maybe it was Tequila's moral support.
Go ahead, Pete. Talk that talk. My man.
And nothing makes a date hotter than animal slurping sounds.
My seafood connection swears they were still alive 3 hours ago.
This one still is.
I'm not sure why he's thinking the sound, but just picturing Brad Sanders in the recording studio making those sounds makes it totally worth it. He loves food so much he's starting to give up on his own poodle shtick.
Yeah, one time I met this fly poodle. Or was that a cocker spaniel? Well, no, it was a poodle, but I forget it.
It actually does get pretty romantic here until Bonetti figures the case out at the worst possible time.
Bugs. What? Bugs on the plate.
You know, this could wait. Just saying, the date was going awesome, and Garcia's badass and beautiful. But then we wouldn't have this scene of Tequila saving both of their asses from getting shot about a dozen times each. See, they're fine. This is the lighter episode. No one got hurt.
Tequila!
Bonetti? Bonetti?
Huh? Oh.
Tequila!
He's been hit.
I'm so glad I don't actually have to wait for a commercial break, because even though I know he's not dead, I would have spent that entire break crying.
Come on, partner.
It's gonna take more than a cap and a booty to stop this hype hood.
See, he's fine and back to his wisecracks as usual, proving that this is a way better product than Turner and Hooch. Hell, Canine was a better movie than Turner and Hooch, which, like this episode, also involved crooked car dealerships and the dog getting shot, but not killed. You just don't understand. Hooch had to die so that Turner would learn his lesson by the end. No, it was bad writing. The only reason that ending exists is so you can show it to your friends to make them cry. Anyway, back to Charles Rocket posing for the opening credits. Even Captain Knight seems frustrated by their will they, won't they back and forth.
This theory that he came up with at dinner last night.
Shut up, Garcia.
Well, at least it saved me from doing something I might have regretted.
I don't know why she's so mad. He was relatively sweet during their date, and even when they left to solve the case, Garcia was pretty into it. Oh, but speaking of the opening credit sequence...
Oh, man, please, can you take it a little easier on the turn?
That's right, dog in the sidecar pays off. Now that Tequila's been shot, things are so serious that you can actually hear the dog and not Brad Sanders growling.
You're gonna tell me where I can find my car, or I'm gonna feed you to my partner for a 4-course meal.
It wasn't me.
Hell, Bonetti is even making me shit my pants.
Now that's my partner coming to back me up. Now you can run, but you better pray that I don't find you.
Right here.
God damn, I love Jack Scalia. Even taking Tequila out of the equation, Bonetti is one badass cop.
Just a little something to remember me by.
But putting Tequila into the equation means that the villain is also gonna get pissed on. Perfection. Hey, you alright, Sarah?
He's lost a lot of blood.
It's okay. That's good. Just gotta get you home. You just give yourself some rest. Hold on, Chief. Hold on, boy. Come on.
It feels really weird watching them on the motorcycle without the opening credits music playing. Here, let me fix that. The car thief actually takes Bonetti's car as a hostage, prompting Bonetti to lower his gun and give the thief the motorcycle. But wait.
Papa cat in my foot, huh?
Tequila gets his revenge for getting shot, and Bonetti gets his car back, which was also shot too. Even poor Midian Knight doesn't get off so easily here, as his own car was confiscated for having been purchased at Evil Max Car Dealership Incorporated.
Oh, no, that can't be.
Hans?
Hans?
You know, most cars are named after women.
Thanks, Tequila. Couldn't really think of much for the last line in this episode, could you? Midian Knight's car has a dude's name. Ha ha ha, sick burn. But seriously, why did it look like Bonetti understood him in that one shot? And when does Beach Blanket Massacre get released? And this dude had better get on making those Thanksgiving movies. I already think this fake movie looks a lot better than an Eli Roth film. And speaking of fake movies within the story, next time on Tequila and Bonetti, they rip off the plot line for the Michael J. Fox, James Woods movie The Hard Way. Yeah, let's check in with Sarah one more time. How you doing?
I'm sorry.
Then he opens his eyes.